You always leave your son with something so he can build himself up. And I don't understand why these men today don't leave an inheritance to their children. You can just take a life insurance policy out and you leave something for that boy instead of starting in the hole. This is how Israel, this is how God wanted us to do it. But go ahead.
And he said, behold now, I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow. Go out to the field and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love.
Yes, sir.
Bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
So you want to eat some food before you die. He said, go out and hunt. Go ahead.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death.
So she overheard the conversation. But she understood what God said first. He said Jacob was going to get the blessing from the beginning, in a womb. Go ahead.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father,
yes, sir,
such as he loved. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
Yes, sir.
And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man.
He said, man, Esau got all that hair on. I'm smooth now. How am I fool my dad with this? You know, that mom, she's slick. She got a plan for it. Women always thinking. Go ahead.
My father peradventure will fear me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Yes, sir.
And his brother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them.
Because the mother understood what God told her. You make this happen, man. We got to make, she speed the process up. Go ahead.
And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved.
Yes, sir.
And Rebekah took good the raiment of her eldest son Esau, which was with her in the house, to put them upon Jacob, her younger son.
So she put Esau clothes on Jacob so he can smell like it. Go ahead.
And she put the skin of the kids of the goats upon his hand, and upon the smooth of his neck.
So she the one that cut the skin off the goat, it had hair on it, she put on the hands and neck, because you know Jacob gonna feel it, see if he's hairy. Go ahead.
And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob.
Yes, sir.
And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise,
yes,
I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me.
Go ahead. I like to read all this because this is real. This is for the foundation. Go ahead.
And Esau said unto his son, and Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me.
Yeah, mama brought it to you. Go ahead.
And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may fear thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
Yes, sir. He knew. He said, hey, man, my eyes is gone, but my touching is not gone. Go ahead.
And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hand. So he blessed him. And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am.
So he had to go along with the plan. Jump down to 27. Go ahead.
And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord has blessed.
Go ahead.
Therefore God gave thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. Let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee.
See, that blessing was everything.
Exactly.
But Esau didn't even think about it at all. He like, man, we don't like today. It's a blessing to have the law because it grants you power with your enemy. It grants you power with your boss. It grants you power with anything that you put your hands to. But we think it don't do that for us. Because why? We don't read it. We don't know who the people are. We don't understand the people. But if you understand who the people are, you sit up and listen and pay attention. Because you're supposed to be teaching this to any and everybody. Not just me. Even the women too. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was very scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father. Then Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
He was very scared when he walked by Esau because he knew what happened. He got the blessing. Go ahead.
And he also had made Savior meat, brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father rise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me.
So he come and bring the food to Isaac and said, Come on eat, father. Come on eat. This is what Isaac said. Go ahead.
And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou?
Like, who you here, man? I already gave the blessing away. Go ahead.
And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who?
Yes,
Where is he that has taken venison and brought it meat? And I have eaten of all before thy camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed.
So he said, the one I blessed first was blessed. But Esau gave it away anyway. But listen how Esau responded. Go ahead.
And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And
he was crying because he said, man, I'm supposed to have it, but you sold it. You sold it all the way. Just like the video said, sold it. Go ahead.
And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and has taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright,
yes, sir.
And behold, now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
All right. He said, you taken away 2 times. No, you gave it away. It was already prophesied anyway what was going to happen. So God made sure through their mother, that it would happen that way. Because the nation was wrestling in a womb. One was hairy. One was red. It ain't like a man that walk around here red like a dragon. Look at white people, they red. You can actually see when they get mad or they get hot, they get red. That's how it was. He's almost like an albino. But I just want to lay a little foundation so you'll know that this is where we come from. Abraham to Isaac to Jacob, then Esau, which is so-called, they call the white man, but he's not like the European. Let's go further. Let's go to Exodus chapter 1 and verse 1. Let's break down the color of the Israelites through Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Come all in this, dog. I'll be here. I have down here all day looking at color. Exodus chapter 1 and verse 1. These are the sons that Jacob had. They always say the 12 tribes of Israel, this is the foundation of our nation, where we come from. And most of the world don't even know this. And the ones that do know this, they always included Native American, Indians, and Puerto Ricans and all this stuff. Israel was black. I don't even get into all that. Don't get into all that talking about Native Americans and all that stuff. I ain't dealing with that. Verse 1, go ahead, brother.
Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob.
Yes, sir. These are Jacob. When Joseph was got to be first in command over Pharaoh's kingdom, he brought his father and his brothers into the land. We're gonna deal with that next week with the curses. But these are his brothers' names. Go ahead. You're gonna see this in the Bible a lot if you read the Old Testament. Go ahead.
Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah.
Yes, sir.
Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher.
These are the 12 brothers or 12 tribes of Israel that came from Jacob, our forefathers, where we all came from, that are Israelites. Go ahead.
And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Exodus chapter 2, and verse 1. Exodus chapter 2 and verse 1. Like I said, we're going to deal with Levi, Judah, and Benjamin, because once the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom was split up in 70 AD, the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, went under the hands of the Europeans, of the Gentiles. So this is why we are scattered in these lands right now in the United States. And I'm glad they put us over here. You know why? Look at all how they treat the Africans over there in the land of Israel, around Africa. They treat them bad, man. Real bad. At least we got some democracy, if you want to call it that. The white man will work with you a little bit over here. Them boys, hey, they struggling over there. Go do some research, you'll see. That's why I don't understand about our brothers on this street. They go crazy. I'm like, man, the man said you can get a license to operate a business, to do all this stuff. All you got to do is keep your record clean. And that's the problem with our people. We done jacked up our record when we young, and now we get mad because we can't prosper. No, you jack that up. Nobody else you can blame but you. Get in the book so you can figure out how to get yourself out this mess. But we're going to deal with the tribe Levi. And we're going to see color in Levi. Go ahead.
And there went a man of the house of Levi and took to wife a daughter of Levi.
Yes, sir.
And the woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months.
Yes, sir.
And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and dabbed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the river's brink.
She made a little boat for Moses. Just talking about Moses right here. But that's what I don't understand about Black History Month. They never talk about the prophets at all. Even in the churches. They bring in Michael Jordan, they bring in Harry Tubman, they bring in all these people of slave history, or athletes, or entertainers, but you cannot go in this book, preacher, and pull out blackness out this book. Something wrong. Something wrong. They think that this stuff it don't matter. It matters a lot. But we talking about Moses and how he came up in Pharaoh's house. In Pharaoh's house. And we know that Pharaoh is an Egyptian. And he black. Go ahead, brother. Jump down to verse 5.
And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, this is one of the Hebrew children. So she knew that he was a Hebrew. And she knows that she's an Egyptian. Two different people.
But what they tell us, we all are African American. We're not African American. You can't be two continents. How you be an African and American? You gotta have an origin. Everybody got an origin. Everybody. The Russians know where they come from. The Roman, the Europeans know where they come from, which is Rome. They know this. But we don't know where we come from. Mainly because we don't know our history. Jump down to verse 10. Go ahead.
And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water. This is why she called him Moses. This is where the name Moses come from, out of the water. But how can he just pass as a Pharaoh grandson or a son? Let me show you how the Egyptians look right here. This is showing you, these are hieroglyphics, what they pictures of on the walls in Egypt, or how the Egyptians look. But in movies, they whitewash everything. That movie they had, the print, what it is, the gods of Egypt, everybody moved white. And you see this blackness all over. The most famous Egyptian that we know is King Tutankhamun. And we know he's black. But what they tell us, Moses was white. These are all the hieroglyphics, all this black. You can see they can make white. Look at all the white robes and all the others so white. But they chose to make the skin black because they was black. Well, I'm so glad they got them DVD no more, boy. You have a hard time, but that YouTube make it easy. Just want to give you a visual how Egypt was and still they black today. The reason why I want to show you that, just to get down to this part, when we start at 12. Start at 10.
Yeah, go 12 and go jump at 15. Go ahead.
Go 12.
Yes, sir.
And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian, hid him in the sand.
Wait a minute, go 11. We at 11.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're at 11.
And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew, one of his brethren.
Now understand, he said brethren. He knew who he was. But if you old like me, LC, and a few others in here, you know the movie with Charlton Heston played in, which is the Ten Commandments. They are like he know who he was. They tried to hide their identity. But the book tells us he knew his brethren. He knew he was a Hebrew. He knew he was. But go ahead.
And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. So
Moses was a miracle. Slew the Egyptian because he was treating one of his brethren wrong. Killed him. Y'all got to realize that I keep telling people, don't try to paint the man of God or women of God as being perfect. Because you got murderers, you got I ain't say homosexual, but you got murderers, you got liars, you got adulterers, all this stuff in the Bible. It's just that, man, you just got to work out your own salvation. That's why I like to point out this stuff, because a lot of people try to paint a person as being perfect. You can't do that. You can't do that. But go ahead.
Verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, two men of the Hebrews strode together.
Yes, sir.
And he said unto him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known.
Because he know if Israel know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to run about to everybody. He like, man, Israel know this. Oh, my people know this. They're going to tell Pharaoh on me. So he got to get up on out of there. Go ahead.
Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he
See, I
sought,
told you. See, he heard it already. Go ahead.
he sought to slay Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh, dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters.
So he left and went to the land of Midian. And this Midian priest had 7 daughters. But pay close attention to this. It's going to show you the color. Go ahead.
And they came and drew water and filled the trough to water their father's flock.
Yes, sir.
And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. So
normally the shepherd would come and get in front of them and get the water first. But Moses stood up and helped them. But listen how they describe Moses. Go ahead.
And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, how is it that ye have come so soon today?
So how you come back so soon? What went down? How y'all get the water so quick? Because normally they had to fight against those shepherds. Go ahead.
And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherd, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
Now wait a minute, is Moses an Egyptian? No. He's an Israelite, he's from the tribe of Levi. The Egyptians look like that. They're black. So this shows you that we look the same, but we are different nations. An Egyptian came here and help us. This color, but if you ain't got the right people teaching you, you'll run past it. Won't even see it. Because I did it myself. You finished with that?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. It's so important that we know who Israel is and the color and where we come from. And we dealing with color. Black history, according to the Bible, color. We're going to deal with the curses, we're going to deal with adoption, we're going to deal with a lot of stuff. Verse 1. Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1. Let's see what God wanted with Moses. Go ahead.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
Yes, sir.
And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
So this angel came and put a bush on fire. And people always say, God, how can a body burn forever? How can this bush burn and be not burned up?
That's right.
The same way gonna put that lake of fire on people who don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments of Jesus. It's the same one burning this bush. Same one. We'll jump down to verse 6. He wanted to know what's going on. Why this angel talking to him? Go ahead.
Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God.
Understand this now. The angel speaking in the first person. It's almost like he's a tape recorder. I just want to clear that up for the ones that believe in the Trinity. Clear that up now. That's God talking through the mouth of an angel.
Come on, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrow. God said,
I have heard the affliction of our people, because they're crying out for reason. The same exact way we crying out today, being wrongfully persecuted, locked up, killed in the street, and we are crying out. This is spiritual Egypt in America and all over the world, which is Babylon. Spiritually, it's the same exact thing going to happen in the future. We in the future right now. That's how he delivered Egypt out of Pharaoh's house for 400 years. Listen what he says here. Jump down to verse 10. Verse 10.
Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
He told Moses, this is Moses' job. He said, go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Let them go. Period. And the same thing that happened to us as Israelites, we telling our people, our time is coming. But they ain't listening to us. Because we ain't white enough. Mainly because our people ain't been taught color in the book. It's in there. But this is how you know that Moses is black again. Let's go to Exodus chapter 4. We're going to read verse 1 and we're going to jump to 6. Go ahead.
And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord has not appeared unto thee.
Because Moses spoke he stuttered a lot. He didn't really know how to speak very well. He said, they ain't gonna listen to me. Jump down to verse 6. Listen what God said.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hands into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. My
question to y'all is, what color was his hand before he put it in there? It was black. Now this is a picture I want to show you of a leprous man.
Now you may look at a picture like this and wonder what race this man is. Is this a white man with black splotches on his face, or this is a black man with white splotches on his face? From the hair and the features, it may be difficult to tell, but the fact of the matter is this is a Negro. This is a Negro suffering from vitiligo, and this is the very same disease that Michael Jackson had. And basically what it does is it diminishes the melanin and causes the naturally.
I just want to show y'all a picture of that. You see his hand? This is the same way Moses' hand was when he stuck it inside of his clothes and burned it out. God wants to show you power. I can change the skin color. Son, listen to me. I bet guarantee you put your hand in your shirt and bring out white, you got my attention. Because I want you to turn it back. And that's what Moses had to learn right there. It's like this girl right here. You got a sister named this clean leopard. They say vitiligo, but that's all that God said is leprosy. She started from that process. She went all the way down, and she got to be like an albino. She had a good process of transition. Most people ain't got that good process. They ain't got that. But this is how you can tell what God is doing to Moses. Read 6 again.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hands into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
White as snow, meaning his pigmentation, his melanin was gone. That's all he was showing. Go ahead.
And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hands into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
What was his other flesh? If it was white, it can't be no other flesh but black. He turned it back, just like you seen up there. This is color all in the Bible, but when you look at the movies, the Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston on there, they got white people all around them. Those are Israelites, our people. Kings and queens, priests, all our people. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 7. We dealt with Levi, now we're going to deal with Judah. Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You doing all right? Yes, sir. Gonna get this out. My life on the line. If you don't tell people that the Israelites are black, you did them a disservice, man. Because they'll be always looking over there in the land. My mom used to watch TV, well, you know, I said, man, my mom used to watch TV all the time. Send money to Jerusalem for the Jews. Send money to them all the time. And she used to say, oh, God chose the people. Well, when I learned this, and I told this, oh, boy, where you get that mess from? It's in the book. They black. You can't leave one way and come back another way. You can't leave black and come back white. I'm going to show you that too. But listen right here. We're talking about Jesus right here. Let's see what tribe he came out of. Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. Go ahead.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Jesus came from the tribe of Judah. You got some people got Judah on their car, don't even know what Judah is. They ain't even talking about. Got some churches named the Lion of Judah. Don't even know what Judah is. And you tell them that it's all about Israel. You tell them that Jesus was black. No, he wasn't.